Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. SpongeBob, the greatest show of all time. Kids show. Yep, I said it. This amazing show has been our entertainment for our childhoods, but as we grow older, we kind of realize that our ocean friends are living a much darker life than we imagined. In the hump of our list, we have the empty brain theory. One theory in particular suggests that the cause of SpongeBob's apparent decline in intelligence can be traced back to a specific event in the show. The episode in question is called Squilliam Returns, where Squidward asks SpongeBob to empty his mind of everything that doesn't have to do with fine dining or breathing. SpongeBob, being eager to please, takes the request literally, and we get a glimpse into his brain office, where the order is literally to empty out everything but fine dining and breathing. They do such a thorough job, they even throw out his name. Interestingly, this episode aired during the 3rd season, just before SpongeBob's intelligence took a noticeable decline. The theory proposes that after SpongeBob emptied his brain, he never filled it back up again. As a result, he just became more and more stupider as the show continued. This theory may seem far-fetched, but it gained traction among fans of the show who had observed SpongeBob's apparent decline in intelligence over the years of the show. Some have even pointed to other episodes later on where SpongeBob is shown to be so forgetful and easily distracted, which just gives more evidence to this theory. At a number 4 spot, we have SpongeBob the War Veteran. One theory online suggests that SpongeBob may be a war veteran suffering from PTSD. The theory, originally posted on Reddit, suggests that SpongeBob was in the army and is now trying to live a life to his fullest after being sent home due to fatigue. The author of this theory points out many details in SpongeBob routines and behaviors that could support this idea. For example, SpongeBob has a specific morning routine and wakes up at the same time every single day. On top of that, his alarm clock is a giant horn, suggesting that he may have been accustomed to sleeping through heavy artillery. He also wears the same clothes every day, which the author compares to a soldier's uniform. The theory also suggests that SpongeBob's interactions with authority figures, particularly with his boss Mr. Krabs, may be influenced by the time in the army. In the first episode, when SpongeBob applied for the job of fry cook and saw Mr. Krabs as a manager, he said, "Permission to come aboard, Captain?" Almost as if he was being transported back to his war days. Additionally, SpongeBob's obsession with karate could be a nod to soldier training in hand-to-hand combat. Number 3, drug addiction. According to a theory by Reddit user Young ShakeWest, SpongeBob's upbeat demeanor might be attributed to his use of a drug named speed, or amphetamine. And yeah, I know, this would make the show take a really dark turn. It suggested that SpongeBob exhibits several classic signs of someone under the influence of a drug, including increased happiness and confidence, talking more, feeling energetic, and having an increased sex drive. Sandy cheeks. While these traits are often attributed to SpongeBob's personality, they actually might be a sign of the use of amphetamines, because another sign of amphetamines is a dry mouth, which is not apparent in the underwater world of Bikini Bottom, but can be observed in the episode where SpongeBob meets Sandy Cheeks, and when SpongeBob is first introduced out of water, and as you see, he quickly dries up, which could definitely be due to a lack of a thick layer of mucus, which is a trait common to sea sponges. However, with drug use often come side effects as well, and SpongeBob's use of speed may also explain his occasional bouts of extreme paranoia. In one episode, he forgets nearly everything because he forgot 2 pickles on a sandwich, a sign of his heightened anxiety levels. In this theory, it also suggests that Mr. Krabs is his dealer, but I don't know how far-fetched that sounds, and I don't know if I want to go that far. But this would maybe explain why SpongeBob is content earning a minimum wage at the restaurant and why he exchanges his paychecks for drugs instead. And then we have Squidward. It is said that Squidward was also a drug user who used to purchase from Mr. Krabs as well. However, over time, Squidward began to resent Krabs, maybe because he stopped using drugs and just wanted to switch everything, including his profession. But as we all know, everything else failed for him. At a number 2 spot, we have SpongeBob's bootleg tape. This one is one of those cases of watching a video that is cursed, kind of like what you see on the movie The Ring, except this is on a kid's show. This image was taken from a split-second frame in a corrupted bootleg of the SpongeBob episode Dumped. The story is about a said tape that was found by a group of 5 teenagers who were rummaging through trash cans outside an abandoned mental hospital. Other than the image, the rest of the video is composed of incomprehensible jumbles of colors, static, or just black screens. The audio seems to be a heavily distorted version of the audio from the original episode, with loud droning buzzing occasionally interrupting it. Of these 5 individuals who watched it, 2 of them have taken their own life, 1 has gone missing, and 1 refuses to comment on the tape, and the last one hastily agreed to give paranormal investigators the tape shortly after being interviewed about the passing and disappearance of the other people. The current whereabouts of the tape are unknown, and many who stare at this image for long enough may even see Spongebob blink. So look at it. At our number 1 spot, we have the 7 deadly sins. The 7 deadly sins of Christianity are said to be representative by each of SpongeBob's main characters. Yes, you heard that right. According to some fans, Gary the snail, a bottom feeder who never stops eating, represents the sin of gluttony. SpongeBob's obsession with acquiring a driver's license, or Pro's obsessions with boys, could be referred to as lust. Mr. Krabs, who once sold SpongeBob's soul for $6.22, is undoubtedly an example of greed. And we know Patrick is the laziest person, and he basically turned the sin of sloth into a way of life. Given how much Squidward despises Patrick and SpongeBob, Wrath ought to be his middle name. Plankton shows envy the way he despises the success of Mr. Krabs and is always trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula. And of course, pride plays out in Sandy, who thinks she's hot stuff being from Texas and all that. What do you guys think about this list? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts and leave some suggestions for some future videos that I could do. Be sure to like and subscribe for some future content. I'm your host Andrew, and I hope you guys had a scary day.